Well, good morning. Welcome to the channel, my geezer guitar journey. Hope everybody's doing great. Today is Wednesday, the 29th of October. Getting very close to Halloween, and we always enjoy this because my wife, what she does is she goes over to my uh, youngest daughter's house, who has the youngest of our grandchildren. She goes over to their house and passes out candy while my daughter and her husband make the rounds with the boys. And I stay here and pass out candy in our neighborhood. We don't get a lot of children here. I'm not sure why, but we don't get a lot of kids. Wish we did get more, but anyway. But it's fun. We enjoy it. So this morning I'm going to do a song by Dire Straits. I love Dire Straits. And Mark Knopfler, I think he's great. I've always liked his music, and, for as long as I've followed him. But I wanted to point out some things this morning. As you may or may not know, if you follow me and you listened, I think it was yesterday, I did a video, and I explained that I was trading my Samick for a couple of new guitars. Not new, but a couple of guitars that I haven't owned. So I did do that. I made the deal. Didn't go as smooth as I would have liked, but wasn't bad. It was a young kid, and I'm meticulous about my equipment, and apparently he wasn't. So it's going to take some, going to take a little of my labor to make these things where they should be, and that's okay. I mean, it's no big deal. I enjoy that anyway. So let me show you what I did get. This is a Tyler Mountain acoustic electric travel guitar. It's really, really lightweight. Look at how thin it is. Really got a good volume considering. I gotta change the strings on it, but let me get my thumb pick. I gotta change the strings on it, but gonna make a nice travel guitar if I decide to hang on to it. Couple of things I really like about it. The rosewood bridge is one of these pass-through. It's not down underneath into the body. The strings go in through the bridge. So it's kind of neat. I like that. Always have. Kind of an interesting sculpted, I don't know if you can see it here, sculpted fretboard. So kind of, I'm not sure why they do that. And it does have your pickup and EQ. So with the battery compartment. I think I'm guessing the top is spruce. The back is ABS, very similar to a what is the brand? Starts with an O. I can't believe I can't remember that. The neck, it looks like it's possibly NATO. Maybe though it's just mahogany, but very nice and smooth, and the action is set low, decently low, and plays nice. So nice travel guitar. So that was one of the two guitars I got in the trade, and the second guitar I got was this Les Paul, and it's a nice guitar. It's got a little bit of damage, and he didn't disclose that. That's that's one of the reasons I was a little upset when I met with him, because I had to drive an hour and a half each way, hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, to make the exchange. So I told him, I said, please be upfront with me on everything. Well, unfortunately, now this part I did know about. There's a little gouge out of here by the plug. Okay, that one I knew about. However, what I did not know about was a crack in the body that runs up to the neck. Now, if it would have been the neck, I would have said, no way, I ain't taking it. But it's not. So this can be, somebody tried to repair it, but they did a horrible job. I will fix that. But to be honest, it's probably worth a couple $100, $250 the way it sits. Got nice pickups, nice bridge, nice saddle. And this one is the full functioning job. It's not the I forget what they call it now, where it only has the one volume and the one tone. It is, the other thing that's great about this is it can be upgraded, and you can take this to levels that are comparable to Gibson's version, except for you can't change the wood or anything. But other than that, you can make this comparable. I just don't think it's worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it all to where it's 100%, and I'll play it for a while, and then I may sell it. And if I sell it, I'll sell it at a reasonable price. That way everybody will, be happy. So, anyway, that's the Les Paul. So, and still, my all-time favorite guitar is the one I'm going to use today. And that is my Chanel. I'm loving this thing. And I do have it up for sale, but, if people do not want to pay what I'm asking for it, I ain't going to give it up. It's just too nice. I like it too much. Anyway, so I'm going to do So Far Away by Dire Straits. There's a capo. Capo is on the 2nd fret. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chords. So they are A, G, D, B minor, F, C, and A minor. So with that in mind, don't forget comments, questions, queries, suggestions, and requests. Like and subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with Dire Straits, So Far Away, and
I just can't far away from me, so far away from me, so far I just can't see, so far away from me, you're so far away from me. I just can't see. You're so far away from me. You're so far away from me. Look it out.
Love that song. And really like Dire Straits. They're great. Anyway, don't forget comments, questions, queries, suggestions, and requests. Like and subscribe. Also, I'm still, I've explained that I don't really care about growing the channel anymore. I love having you guys subscribe. The fact that I have, I don't know how many it is. I know it's over 1,000, 1,300 subscribers. I've got about close to 700 videos. I took down a lot. I would have had somewhere around 1,500, but I've taken down a lot of the older ones that really didn't have any educational value as far as chord charts or links to other videos. I haven't taken down everything I should because, you got to admit, I have to admit, I'm not very good. So some of my stuff from months ago is really bad, and I should, take it down and put up new stuff, redo them. Which I am doing, but I also don't want to take everything off because I want people to see the whole idea behind this, besides me having my family be able to follow my growth doing this, but the whole idea behind this was to prevent people from doing what I did 60 plus years ago, and that was get frustrated because, lessons sucked, practice sucked, learning scales sucked, and so I said, I'm bored, hate it, quit my lessons. I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm talking about if you picked up a guitar and you said, well, I want to learn the guitar and you took a lesson or two, or you took online lessons, and you went, I really am not happy with this, and you quit, first of all, you're doing me a favor because I'm buying a lot of those guitars. A lot of people buy the guitar, quit after 30 days. I get an almost brand new guitar at a discount price. So, I'm not looking to do that, but I'm certainly not going to pass up an opportunity. So, but my point was I didn't want people to do what I did, and that was put the guitar away. Actually, not just put it away. I don't even know what happened to it. 60 years ago, I had two guitars. I had a Fender Squire Strat copy, not a copy, but a clone. And then I also had a Silvertone catalog guitar, acoustic guitar, and that's the one I wish I had today. Because a friend of mine online, who has his own channel, Randy from Randy's Rhythm, he's got one, and it sounds amazing. So, they were very cheap. I think mine was one of the higher end guitars, and it was $59 in 1964. And, that was pretty expensive. But you could also buy a Gibson or a Fender or a Martin back then, and it might cost you upwards of $300. I'm not sure if there were any, there were probably some vintage guitars that you'd have to pay a lot more, but a brand new guitar you could buy the top of the line, best of the best, $200 or less. So now you couldn't buy those guitars for 10 grand. So it's amazing. But yeah, I wish I still had that. And but that's why I love this one so much. It reminds me of, first of all, the quality that you came with back then. I mean, this thing's built like a tank. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean, the inside of this thing is so well thought out, so well engineered. That's why I won't sell it for less than I have it online. It's just these are things that don't improve as manufacturing changes, because people are trying to do the cheap, and trying to make it, and I understand that they're trying to make it affordable for everybody, but the fact of the matter is, take a look at, I've said it a couple times in my family, air is supposed to be free unless you buy a bag of chips. Ever buy a bag of chips, you'll know how much air costs. So it's just, same thing. It's just everything is going cheaper. So that's why, unless this one sells for what I want it to, I'm hanging on to it, because quality, just unbelievable. And I'm real happy with it. I had one guy kind of insult me on it, and then he threw in, I love this part, he threw in, well, I'll go back to playing my Fender, or no, not Fender, I'll go back to playing my Gibson, my Martin, or my Taylor. And I thought to myself, he was claiming that I was overcharging for the guitar, and I'm thinking to myself, you really should not be claiming that if you're buying those three bottles, because those three makers are the most overpriced in the industry. No question. No question. Even the people that buy them know that they're overpriced. And this has been compared to Martin. So it's compared to $3,000 and $4,000 Martins. And, I'm selling it for $500. So, and here's the other thing. And I said this before, If you look at this guitar, if you put a hummingbird pickguard on here, okay, you'd be hard pressed to, I mean, with the exception of course, the insignia doesn't say Gibson, but you'd be hard pressed to realize it wasn't a Gibson hummingbird by the sound and by the quality. They sell for $5,000 up. You know, $5,000 is the minimum. And you know, you get one that's mint condition from vintage, you know, this vintage or even older, you could spend $10,000. I mean, it'd be that easy. So, it's just an interesting, you know, that's why I'm, you know, I get upset when somebody says something like, oh, you're trying to rip people off. You can buy them real cheap online, when you can't because they're not available. This thing is so rare you can't find one. If you find one of these, you better grab it because there ain't many of them out there. Anyway, so I hope everybody has a great day. This might be the only song I do today, and the main reason is I'm gonna work on some of the stuff on the guitars. One of the things is, I didn't say this, but the Tyler Mountain, the guy who owned it previously, not the guy I bought it from, but the guy that owned it before that, replaced the pickup and preamp setup. And when he did, he put it in upside down. So when you're looking at it as you're playing it, it would be, somebody that would be standing in front of you would be able to see how to make the adjustment. So I have to change that. I'm not sure I'm going to put new strings on it, because if I don't keep it, I don't want to invest too much money into it. The Les Paul is different. It's probably got a value to it that's, you know, several $100s, and I may do like I'm doing with this one. I may run it through a luthier and see what they say, and find out if there's, you know, some additional value to upgrading the pickups or the bridge or the saddle. I don't know, because the bridge and saddle on that are beautiful. I mean, they look really nice. You know, they're very nicely chromed. They don't have any scratches on them. And the saddle is, you know, it's really I love the engineering on these. And this one does have the 4 pots, and also it has the rhythm and treble switch. Multiple pickups. So I've got time. I can decide what I want to do, and we'll go from there and see what goes. So anyway, don't forget comments, questions, queries, suggestions, and requests. Like and subscribe. Love you guys, and I will see you next song.